Welcome back to the Seattle Sonics MyLeague franchise in NBA 2K26, where in this series I combine unique player-locked gameplay with front office elements by using a wheel to not only determine which player is used in the episode, but also the challenges they must complete in order to earn upgrades. In the last episode, the Seattle Sonics absolutely dominated their rival expansion team, the Las Vegas Venom, in a blowout win where Cohen Carr had a breakout game of 32 points, while also notching 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 steal. This was enough for him to complete the challenge, which earned him 2 wheel spins, with the first spin landing on +3 3-pointer, allowing him to increase his weakest part of his game from a 66 to a 69. The second landed on +5 to any attribute in one major category, which I decided to put into his already elite driving dunk, maxing it out from a 94 to a 99. This made him the first player ever in Seattle Sonics history to have a 99 maxed out stat. Despite this impressive achievement, unfortunately both of the upgrades that he received were not enough to increase his overall, which remained at a 69. With the recap out of the way, definitely make sure you guys go back and watch the full episode to see the absolute blowout we gave against the Venom. But I'm actually going to start this episode off with a bang, as I've decided to explore trade options for Aaron Nesmith. So let's go ahead and get into it. And look at this, a trade for Zaire Williams. I mean, this could be an interesting fit, but I mean, exploring other trade options, this is the one that's kind of standing out. Moses Moody, he's averaging 12 points. We'll give up a 2028 first-round pick in Aaron Nesmith, but that's a done deal. Obviously, top 5 protected on that pick. And now looking at the roster, you can see Moses Moody right here. He's a small forward. We have 4 of them, so I'm just going to quickly move him over to shooting guard, small forward, and I'm also just going to change his hair up. For anyone that's curious, I'm just going to keep that in the video. And now you can see he actually went down 2 overall points. But we have 3 guys here now. I mean, I don't think we're done trading just yet. So let's go ahead and explore maybe some more options. And looking at the guys willing to re-sign, Royce O'Neal and John Conchar are both willing to re-sign. I don't think they're going to be long-term options, however. But look at this. Leonard Miller does not want to re-sign with us. And you can see James Harden here, but no, that's just not realistic. I don't think the Cavs would do that. You see Javon Small, another interesting one, but honestly, I'm good. We kind of have the point guard position filled out, obviously, with AJ Mitchell. Miles Bridges, however, okay. I mean, this could definitely be an interesting fit. Miles Bridges, obviously a better offensive player than Leonard Miller, but he's kind of older, doesn't really fit the timeline, I would say. Oh, I mean, Josh Green, kind of a rotational piece. Don't really want to pick him up. Obviously, they're both expiring as it is, so it'd be more of a win now type of option. And I just don't think that that's going to benefit us. So honestly, I'm good. I mean, okay, Jalen Williams. Maybe this could happen. I like this one a little bit. Obviously, we'd give up Day'Ron Holmes. That part I don't really like. I think he kind of actually plays decently well for us. Obviously, he's a shooter. So is Jalen Williams, though. And quite honestly, I think Jalen Williams would be better suited at power forward as it is. So we might come back to that. Ben Simmons actually back in the league, however. That's interesting. Did not happen in real life, as he actually won a fishing championship I saw the other day. But let's go ahead and look maybe options for Royce O'Neal and John Conchar then. And this deal is kind of standing out. Royce O'Neal, John Conchar for Caris LeVert and a first-round pick in 2030. So we actually could end up getting a first-round pick for Royce O'Neal and John Conchar. I mean, yeah, I think I'm going to do that with the Detroit Pistons. So welcome to the team, number 8, Caris LeVert. Probably not a long-term option. Probably just a filler guy. He might not even be on the roster in a year. So because of that trade, we actually have a free spot on the roster. So let's look at some of these free agents here. I mean, you see Brandon Boston and Russell Westbrook. But I mean, Chris Dunn definitely matches the scheme the best. Probably fits our system perfectly. In 2K, he's actually the best perimeter defender. Let's look at some post defense, however, and look at this. Kai Jones thinks he's Michael Jordan. How about you enjoy your retirement in eternal Cancun? So actually, I think I'm going to go with Chris Dunn here. 4.48 million, that's fine. I'm going to make it a 2-year deal with a team option, and we're going to front that, and he's going to accept that. So now we have Chris Dunn on the roster. Real quick, I'm just going to move him to shooting guard, point guard. I don't think that was unrealistic at all. I think he really fits our scheme. But now looking at the rotation, I mean, they want Chris Dunn to actually be starting over Moses Moody. Okay, I'll respect that, coach, but I'm just going to go ahead and give Moody a little bit more minutes off the bench. Obviously, Dunn hasn't really played as well as Moody. He hasn't even played at all this year, actually. But I think Moody off the bench, that's fine. First, we're just going to go ahead and look at the All-Stars. I don't think there's going to be any love for the Seattle Sonics here, and it doesn't really look like there is. But we might have some guys in the Rising Star game or three-point and dunk contest. Also, just real quickly, we're going to check the MVP race, where it looks like Jokic is averaging a 30-point triple-double. Oh my God. Not even that unrealistic. But look at Paulo Banchero, Seattle hometown hero, as you would, actually 5th. It's kind of surprising. Rookie of the Year, Ade Mara, is actually 3rd. But it doesn't look like he's going to win that, as Darren Peterson and AJ are both averaging 20-plus points. Darren kind of looks like a lock for that. 6th man of the year is actually Jalen Green right now, with Damian Lillard kind of a surprise right there. You see Ben Simmons also a surprise. I mean, look at the defensive player of the year. Jokic actually on this too, but it looks like it's Victor Wembanyama by a mile. 4 blocks and 2 steals. That's insane. But look at this. 4 of the 5 slots are Sonics players for MIP. I mean, look at this. Jalen Suggs actually worse in almost every stat category except for steals, and somehow he's in contention for this award. 2K, this makes no sense. And this is important because if we do end up winning a major award or an All-NBA team, they will be getting a spin on the wheel of upgrades. But now we're actually just finally going to simulate forward to the All-Star break. And look at this, Tyler Kolek is healed. So I've actually decided, let's go ahead and maybe look for a trade for Tyler Kolek, who would refuse the re-sign. So I like this trade right here. Honestly, I don't really want Van Fleet though, so can we just do a straight up swap? Kolek for Connect. They're gonna say no. Instead of Dunn and Van Fleet, can we do Adams for Cornette? And I'm gonna try and get a first rounder as well. They counter with something else, but honestly, I'm just gonna try all second rounders, see if it happens, and still no. Maybe if I switch the pick, it'll go through. So let's go ahead and try this Nets pick. Still no. So let's do another one, maybe next year. And it's still not going to go through. So honestly, we're just going to move on. Kolek for Mitchell Robinson and a second rounder. The Bulls say yes, but now we have an excess at center. So I'm going to move Gafford and Adu Thiero to the Thunder for Jalen Williams and Caruso. Try and get a second round pick. They're gonna say no. So honestly, I'll just go ahead and remove everything they added, and we'll just take the straight up trade. Hopefully OKC says yes, and they do. Now we're gonna go ahead and switch Williams back to number 6, the last player in the NBA to wear that number. We're gonna keep that tradition, and I'm also gonna be moving him to power forward instead. But now we have a mix-up at power forward, as we have 4 of them. So I think Leonard Miller will actually be on the trade block. With Tyler Kolek gone, we actually could use a guard now. So Javon Small will be the final addition to the team. This is the new and improved Seattle Sonics roster. You see Tyrese Proctor, Javon Small, and AJ Mitchell. Moving forward to the shooting guards, you have Moses Moody, Chris Dunn, and still Cohen Carr. You have Herb Jones, Caruso, and LeVert at small forward. Now at power forward, you have the addition of Jalen Williams, still Day'Ron Holmes, Mitchell Robinson, Luke Cornett, and Ade Mara. So quite honestly, I think we've gotten a lot better. This is the new and improved rotation. Obviously, the starters didn't really change that much. Now we will actually be simulating forward to All-Star Weekend. On February 4th, the trade deadline does appear, but I'm just going to skip past. We have our team locked for this year. No more pieces will be traded. And you can see we actually have Ade Mara in the Rising Stars game. So I'm actually going to have a little bit of gameplay. All right. And here we are with tip-off. See Malawak, and he's actually going to win that. But let's go ahead and quickly just change to player lock. We're going to be on power forward because that's where Mara is playing. Let's go ahead and get into a little bit of gameplay. See, we start off with the ball. Edgecombe now. He's going to give it to Mara, and I mean, we have a pup cup on us, man. But I pass out there as I got doubled. I chose the wrong person, but Malawak can't really shoot, so that's kind of why. I'm going to roll, though. I mean, I'm wide open. I got Conka Nipple on me. And Mara starts off the game hot. You see Cooper Flag now with the ball. He's actually attacking. Mara tried to get there, but couldn't. Flag hits it anyway, tying the game. Mara now, he's going to call for a screen. 7-3, and he's handling the ball. And he's playmaking for Malawak. Nice roll, wide open dunk. As World has a 2-point lead. Flag now with only 2 seconds left on the shot clock. He's just going to pull up and splash. That shit was kind of tough to beat the buzzer. Mara pump fake. I mean, I'm going to fire this. And look at 7-3 Mara shooting like Victor Wembanyama. Conka Nipple answering right back in the corner, however, and they take a 2-point lead. Now Mara from behind. He actually gets there and blocks Con, but unfortunately we can't get the rebound. It's out to Cedric Coward. Cedric Coward with the ball. He's going to give it to Bailey on the wing. Fears now popping up wide open, and he hits, making it a 5-point lead for the USA. Kind of going down here a little bit. Can Mara answer again? Just no contest over a small defender, and Mara starting off hot, 3 for 3. Ace Bailey kicked it to the corner, and Khan's gonna fire, but he cannot hit it. Good defense, Mara. Mara now crashing. I mean, I'm wide open. I feel like they double me again. I'm gonna give it to Yegor Denham for 3, and he's gonna hit that. Mara kind of looking like Jokic out there right now to start off early as we're competing 2-point game. I get dunked on by Conka Nipple. I thought I could get the block off. 7-3. They're going to call a timeout. Not really any stakes on the game. Denham now gives it to Mara, who's going to swing it corner. Back to Mara. Wide open dunk. Look at Mara just bullying Conka Nipple. Mara gonna attack Con again, spin off and layup, kind of jelly. I mean, look at this man willing it and making it happen. 11 first half points, or first quarter points. Conka Nipple now with the ball, blocked by Mara. Look at a day, Mara just making play after play early. And we're probably going to go until he gets subbed out, and then I'll probably just end up simulating this. I don't really want to play the full game. You can see Fears now with the ball in the corner. I'm on Cooper Flag. Not really the best perimeter player. Mara feels like I got a contest, but Cooper Flag does not care, firing it in my face. It's going to be back to Mara now, posting up Cooper Flag. VJ Edgecombe wide open. I'm going to swing it to him. 3rd assist. And we're racking those up early. If they keep doubling me, I'm just going to make the right move. Danny Wolf with the interception as they try to get it inside. I'm going to give it to Denham. Denham wide open and splash. 4th assist. Look at Mara. It's going to be Cam Boozer now with the ball. Not really doing anything. Cooper Flag going to give him a screen. He's going to pop. They're going to fire, and blocked by Mara. Mara with his takeover, blocking Cooper Flag on the last second shot attempt. And that's going to force a timeout. Hopefully he does not get subbed out, as that will mean the end of gameplay, but he actually does. So I'm just going to go ahead and simulate forward here. We actually had a 1-point lead with me in the game. Unfortunately, it looks like USA is just going to absolutely take over after that first quarter, and we lose a terrible one. But look at Mara, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks. Honestly, not that many rebounds. I wonder who was getting all of those for us. And you can see Tyrese Proctor here actually played in this game as well. 10.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, but he was very inefficient. Let's go ahead and continue forward here to the 3-point contest, but it looks like we don't have any Seattle in the 3-point contest. Let's check the dunk contest, and yes, we do. Cohen Carr is in the dunk contest, so let's go ahead and play this, and if he wins, there will be an upgrade. It looks like he is starting off, I believe. He was first, and so let's see. And yes, he is. Cohen Carr averaging 6 points, 1.5 rebounds, and 0.1 assists. But none of that matters as long as he puts on a show. We're going to go for something crazy here. And oh my God, Cohen Carr. He can absolutely slam the rock. Let's have another look at this. As he did a self alley-oop, reverse jam. Let's see what the judges give that. It looks like I timed it pretty well, which is what I think gives you a higher score in this 2K contest. I don't think it's really the dunk that matters that much. And wow, they're going to give me a 46. Okay, so we have a hot start. Now Amen Thompson. Let's see what he pulls out. As he's going to start off by walking to the right wing. And he's going to go for a 360 alley-oop. Oh my God, but he doesn't hit it. That shit would have been tough. All right, he's going to go to the left corner instead. And he's going to do a baseline reverse. Saying that you can't see me John Cena celebration. But that shit looked weak, man. The other one would have been way better if he hit that. I mean, I guess we'll see what the judge gives him, as it's definitely still an impressive dunk nonetheless. And they're going to give him a 32. So Cohen Carr currently in the lead by a lot. Anthony Edwards in the dunk contest? Yo, okay. This is insane. I didn't even realize that when I was looking at the screen. If we got Ant in the dunk contest, oh my God. He does a reverse jam as well. So all 3 dunks have been a reverse jam so far. Maybe not that much creativity, but that shit was tough as hell. If that's not at least a 40, this thing might be rigged. Like, it might be rigged. Oh my God, I think that might have been better than Cohen's, but it's a 38. 2K, you gotta be lying. Asar Thompson also in the dunk contest. So yeah, this is a crazy insane. All these people have bounce. I would love to see this in real life, but I mean, I guess that's why we have 2K. Asar Thompson, oh my God. That shit was actually tough. That looked like a little windmill. Yeah, bro, he got it. That's gotta be at least like a 42, bro. Like, if it's a 30, 2K is lying. That's some bullshit. That definitely was better than Asar's, like, by far. I mean, let's see what they give him. A 34? You're saying that was worse than Ants? Okay, that's kind of crazy. But hey, nonetheless, Cohen Carr with an absolute lead right now. Let's see if he can follow up that previous dunk of 46, maybe get a better one. And we're going to go ahead and throw it up to ourselves again, add a little extra flair, and we're going to time that perfectly. What was that? It wasn't really what I wanted. I tried to do it between the legs. He does a little Mario jump to celebrate. But oh my God, it was a windmill. Look at that. Boom. That was actually tough, and I timed that shit perfectly. That really might be a 50. Let's see what they give us. Oh my God, look at this. Hey, nice little slow-mo action up. Not the between the legs that I wanted, but I don't care. Cohen Carr really might have just won this shit. He gives him a 48. Let's go. That's the best of the dunk contest. That is very surprising. Amen now. He's up. He's going to go in and woo! Another kind of windmill. He kind of copied me, but that shit was still tough. Let's see what the judges give him. Boom. Look at that. Bro, this fucking dunk contest is elite. Like, elite. Oh my God. They're going to give it a 33, however. I mean, yeah, he did kind of copy the previous dunk. All right, Ant, though, up now. I'm still shocked by this, man. If Ant was in the dunk contest, I don't think we'll ever see that in real life. He got a 38 last time. He's going to have to do something crazy to win it. And boom, look at Ant. He does kind of do something crazy right there. I don't think it's really going to win, though. Little cradle dunk, kind of. Two-hand slam. He kept it kind of safe, however. I mean, I wish you could see like some crazy stuff that you do in real life, but 2K just doesn't allow that. It's going to be a 32. So honestly, I think we have officially won. I don't think there's any way we can lose this, even if Asar here gets a 50. Like, I don't even think it would matter. I think we have secured it for Cohen, which means there will be upgrades. And look at Asar missing the first one. He absolutely whiffed that shit. Oh my god! And he's cranking the motorbike. Yo, okay, that shit was tough. Little, look at the way he just moved his body too. That's athleticism right there. That's gotta be at least a 42K. Like, that shit was actually mad tough. I don't think it's gonna be enough to beat Cohen, as he actually gets a 43. So yeah, that was probably the second highest dunk, right? And we get a 94, 6 points away from being perfect for Cohen. And there it is, winner of the dunk contest. There will be upgrades for this man. And now we are going to spin that wheel. What will it land on? You can see I added +3 potential, and it looks like it's going to be sig change. Oh, wait a minute. It might be roll upgrade. No, that was actually very, very close, but it will be 1 sig change for Cohen Carr. So let's go ahead and get into the game. And I think I'm going to change a dunk package for him. He kind of has some basic ones, but we're going to give him a crazy one in Russell Westbrook. And I moved his original go-to dunk package to the bottom there. And so now he's up to a 70 overall with morale. So now we're going to go ahead and simulate forward to the end of the season. And look at here, Janai Broome finally healthy, so he'll get his first real chance in the NBA. And I'm actually going to go ahead and swap him for Daron Holmes. There's no harm in doing this. Let's just see if he can maybe perform a little bit better. And it looks like I accidentally gave a minute to Cornette there. But we're going to go ahead and fix that. We're just going to go through the end of the year, give Janai Broome a chance. And you can see NBA Cup MVP is Jalen Duren. But now we're just going to simulate forward, about 2 weeks left in the NBA, down to 1 week, and we're actually getting a few wins to end the year here. And Janai Broome ends up getting hurt again. So I guess this is a good way for us to check on how he has done, as 2K is kind of loading here. Holy shit, this is taking a while. And has anyone else like noticed that 2K has been like extremely slow lately? I don't know if it's just because like of the expansion team or what, but you can see here Janai Broome only had about 4 points, about 4.5 rebounds, so that's actually pretty good. But other than that, he's not passing the ball, he's not playing defense, and honestly I think that experiment is over. Daron Holmes just performed better than him in every way, almost every stat. But we're gonna go ahead and simulate to the end of the season. You see we beat Utah and we end up ending on a win against our rival expansion team. Nikola Jokic, 30-point triple-double with defense. Darren Peterson, Rookie of the Year, averaging 20. Damian Lillard, 6-man. You see Victor Wembanyama, DPOY. Holy shit, look at his numbers. And AJ Mitchell is actually most improved if 2K would load with his character model. But you see we have 18 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 1.1 steals on decent enough shooting splits. I mean, you'd like it to be a little bit better maybe. But honestly, that is our first ever award winner, so he will be getting an upgrade spin. AJ Mitchell. You can see Steph Curry won Clutch Player of the Year, Mike Brown Coach of the Year with Jordan Hobson, and then Jalen Duren with NBA Cup MVP. And this is the All-NBA first team for anyone curious. Looks pretty standard. All-NBA second team. Paulo's kind of standing out there. All-NBA third here as well. LeBron still making an All-NBA team. All defensive first team, all defensive second team. We have not seen anyone from Seattle. All rookie first team. We get our first Seattle player, Ade Mara, so he will also be getting an upgrade spin. And then, of course, those other 3, I'm not surprised to see them there. You see second team, we don't have anyone else. So AJ Mitchell and Ade Mara will be spinning. This will be for AJ Mitchell, and he's going to get a +3 to his potential. Already our best player. Now getting a chance to be even better. Maybe would have hoped Ade Mara got that, but this is going to be for Ade Mara here. And he's going to go ahead and get +3 3-pointer. So a 7-3 man is learning how to shoot the 3 ball. And I mean, he's already pretty decent at it for his position. You guys saw that in the Rising Star game, as he actually did end up hitting a 3. So it's definitely hittable. And you can see AJ Mitchell, I'm going to bump up his potential. Actually, you can't do that from this menu. Okay, so I'll have to go in later. But since we're already here, let's go to a Day Mara and let's bump up his 3 from a 65 to a 68. Did not increase his overall, unfortunately. But now let's actually go in and edit AJ Mitchell in his vitals. I'm going to bump up every potential, his lowest one, his maximum one, and of course just his normal potential. That's what we'll mess with. So we make them all 85 right there. And hopefully that's going to allow AJ Mitchell to become even better in the off season. But we're going to go ahead and move forward now onto the playoffs, where we're just going to simulate this because my team is not in it, so I don't really care that much. You see Cooper Flagg, Western Conference MVP with Jalen Brunson, 31 points. Jesus. But the Mavericks end up winning the finals. Cooper Flagg, sophomore season. Darren Peterson, a rookie, wins finals MVP. And he actually had a crazy stat line. Not points-wise, but everything else, yes. And now you can see the start of the offseason. Let's get into it. It looks like we're actually going to lose 4 points, so our team may be self-sabotaging us a little bit, but I'm just going to take both those off luxury box and I'm going to put another one on arena renovations. That really doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Now we're going to go into playoff retirement, and LeBron James, James Harden, Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, they're all going to call it career. You can see even Bradley Beal down there. This is an insane retiring class, dude. Jordan Clarkson even, Tim Hardaway. There are still names down here that like a few years ago, like these guys, you know what I mean? That's insane. The only staff retirement is Doug Christie, and LeBron is going to enter the Hall of Fame along with Steph Curry, Chris Paul, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook. The last 3 still 0 rings for both of them, but that's an insane retiring class. 5 actual GOATs right there. You see the jersey retirement. We have Russell Westbrook, not surprised by this. Chris Paul with the Clippers. You see LeBron James with the Heat. You see James Harden with the Houston. You see LeBron with his other 2 franchises, and of course Steph Curry. But now we're going to get into the draft lottery. Let's go ahead and skip forward. It looks like we're slotted at 6 and 12, so can we jump up? Do we have the ability to? And yes, we do, to the number 3 pick. We are top 3 in our second offseason ever. And then that other one is actually slotted at 13, so we went down 1, I believe. But look at the Venom falling all the way to 6. Unfortunate for them. Let's go ahead and just simulate through. I don't think we need any staff signings, and no, it does not look like we do. We're locked for a solid 3 years. Honestly, I'm fine with our current front office as it is. So let's go ahead and go forward into the draft combine. And look at this. Jordan Smith, maybe the fastest player. Bryson Tiller behind him. And Jordan Smith, also the fastest in the lane. A 43-inch vertical for Anthony. Some of these guys have hops. 23 for Saya. And there's Tyron Stokes. Probably the guy that I want the most. Hopefully he falls to us. If he doesn't, maybe we try and trade up for him. Look at Cameron Boozen's brother Caden right there. And yeah, just going through, you see Caleb Holt, maybe a guy we target. Probably not, though. We kind of have our guards already of the future. We're looking for a wing. We're not really looking for a center position. Not really looking for a power forward. We really are just looking for that 3 guy. And so I'm just going to go ahead and go down the list here. All of these guys. And it says Stefan Josanovic, do not draft with his knee. Maybe important for us there. The NBA draft now fast approaching. Let's get into it. First, however, we're going to go ahead and look at this trade. It's going to be Alex Caruso and Luke Cornett for a 2029 first-round pick and pick number 26 in this draft. Done deal with Detroit. Now Bruce Branch, number 1 pick. Tyron Stokes goes to, and oh no, that's kind of the guy I wanted. I mean, maybe we can get this Hugo guy here. Cameron Williams, he's a center. We don't really need that. I mean, I'm going to try and trade for Stokes here. and holy shit, he is worth 4.5 stars. But I'm just gonna offer 2 first-round picks, 3rd and 13, and that's gonna get it done with the Kings. Tyron Stokes now on the roster, and they take Stefan Josanovic. And now look at this. The Pelicans are getting Jaren Jackson Jr. and Walker Kessler for 4th overall and a future first. Wow, that's actually very surprising. And then Dyson Daniels is going to the 76ers. But now we are on the clock at 26. And I'm going to take Taj Ariza, son of Trevor Ariza, and he's from Oregon. So it's 1 state away, very close, kind of local, I would say. You see Ja'Kai Howard going at 28. But now we're just going to go ahead and sim into the 2nd round, and honestly I don't think we need to draft anyone else, so I'm gonna see if I can package this trade and maybe get a future first. And it looks like the Clippers are willing to do that for 31. I'll get rid of that other one just to make it a little bit more realistic, and now we have a future first just like that. We're gonna sim to the end. For anyone that's curious, here's the draft order. Tyron Stokes actually on our team, 2K saying he's on the Kings. But obviously we know that's just not true. Just gonna quickly scroll through for anyone who cares. And honestly, we kind of got a steal at 26, 74 overall, Taj Ariza. And Tyron Stokes is a 79 starting off. Both 19-year-old kids. I'm gonna sign both of those guys. And then I'm gonna accept almost all of these team deals right here. Even Daron Holmes, Cohen Carr. The only one that I will be declining is Chris Dunn. So honestly, just decided to go in a future direction from him. But we'll go into qualifying offers, and that's fine. I'll offer that with Javon Small right now. So let's go ahead and get into moratorium, where I need a point guard, a shooting guard, and a center. I see Davion Mitchell here. He's going to fit that scheme really well of defense. So I'm going to go ahead and give him an offer with a team option on the last year. And then you see Isaiah Stewart here. But honestly, that's kind of a higher price point than I want. So I'm going to lower this to $11 million. And I'm going to make it a 2-year deal. And I'm going to go ahead and offer that to him. Hopefully he accepts. And now I kind of want a younger piece and someone that stood out instantly. Bryce James, son of NBA legend LeBron James. We already have Trevor Ariza's son. So I think this makes sense. We're going to go out and sign this guy. I'm going to try and get him for a lower $6 million. I'm going to put a team option on his deal as well. And I think I really like the upside of Bryce. Maybe he can become something for us. And all 3 of our guys that we targeted are going to accept, and they're going to sign those deals. We're going to get that right away. And now I'm just going to kind of go ahead and go forward to player progression. But honestly, a guy I forgot about was Javon Small, and he's going to get accepted. So now we have one too many people. But first, before I forget, I'm going to change Bryce's jersey number to his father's number of 23, making the James family proud, hopefully. Will be Bryce James. And you can see player progression as Mara goes up a ridiculous 5. Mitchell got better with a 1. Proctor got better with a 1. You see Javon Small even got better with a 1. Moses Moody actually goes down 3. And Daron Holmes gets up 3. And then Janai Broom actually goes down 1 as well. But he didn't really play as much. But you see someone very surprising at the bottom of our depth chart was Cohen Carr going up 4. And honestly, I think I'm going to trade away Moses Moody because I do not have room on the roster for regression. And you can see I'm actually going to be able to get a first-round pick for him. So that ended up working out well. And then I decided to move Daron Holmes to the shooting guard. And that is 3 players at every position, just how I like it. Cohen Carr, Bryce James, Davion Mitchell at shooting guard. You see Herb Jones, Tyron Stokes, Taj Ariza at small forward. The team is just looking so much better. And we're going to go ahead and move to the next season, where we will be playing the debut of this team. Hopefully the pieces that we've drafted can make it work. You see Kevin Durant wants a retirement. That's fine by me. One of the last things I will do is I'm just going to change everyone's tendencies to where I think they should be. AJ Mitchell is fine at 85. Honestly, he's fine. Jalen Williams, I kind of want taking a little less shots, to be honest. We've got some younger guys that I maybe want taking more. Isaiah, you should definitely be shooting a little bit more, so I'm going to bump that up to 55. Herb Jones, honestly, you're going down. You do not need to be shooting as much. You didn't really perform the way I wanted you to. Honestly, Tyron kind of inflated, but I'm going to give him the same touch tendencies and shot tendency as AJ Mitchell. Proctor's fine where he's at. Mara, he's fine. Javon Small, that's fine, 60s. Davion Mitchell, I mean, I want you touching the ball a little less. I think he can definitely shoot it a little more too, though. Obviously, Dayron's fine where he's at. Taj Ariza, I want you to go down a little bit. It's kind of inflated. Janai Broom, that's fine. Maybe a little bit more shot. Get him some confidence. Honestly, Cohen, I want you touching the ball. You're definitely one of those guys that I want to see develop off the bench. Bryce, you definitely need to get a little bit more shot. And that's going to do it, though, for all of the tendencies. And honestly, I am very excited about how this team is looking. We will have to see how they perform against the Utah Jazz in the next episode, our Season 2 debut. I think the team got a lot better